Joe and Reason Pickle and Food Shop. Get yourself a pickle. Get yourself a boot. Joe and Reason Pickle and Food Shop.
Pickle time is happening. Pickle time. I go down to get some pickles.
With your grandma and your kids.
I go downtown.
With your grandma and your kids.
Boot time. Pickle and boot time. Don't be fickle. Get your pickle cider. Pop a nickel in your boots. Not a place of ill repute. Bring your grandma and your kids. Come for the pickles. Stay for the squids.
Pickle and Food Shop.
Stay for the squids.
Yeah, pickle time.
Put that pickle in your pants. Get some booze inside your hands. Put that pickle in your pants. Get some booze inside your hands.
1996, we start this.
All right. So,
All right,
ladies and
pickle
gentlemen,
beans. Welcome
back to what is this, episode 71?
71. It's technically 72 because we divided 70 into two parts.
Oh, I thought we did paid and freebie.
Maybe. I uploaded it to Buzzsprout. It doesn't go live for another week and a half, but yeah.
Oh.
The
Yeah.
Buzzsaw and the Coog. Hey, we got to clap.
Okay.
3,
Let's do it.
2, 1. Yeah.
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 Because this is how we clap, 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 clap. I want to do that with my butt cheeks.
Do it.
This is how we clap, 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 and do that with my cheeks.
It sounds like you would have to do a lot of workouts to get to that.
Like
but you
calisthenics.
should. You
Calisthenics. Yeah. I don't see why I shouldn't.
should. No, there's no
That's
reason.
what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking to
No
myself.
reason.
So we today is November 1st. We're recording on Tuesday, November 1st.
Joe, don't tell people that because then we could just use this at any time. That's my new angle is let's not say anything relevant to what's going on in the world. Just how about those guys over in Europe? Isn't that
So-
wacky over there?
So Easter.
Easter is a
how's
holiday.
Easter? Yeah,
Yeah, that's-
because maybe by the time Easter comes around, this will be coming out.
Maybe.
Well, a couple of things, man. Today is November 1st. I don't hold back from the truth.
Okay.
All right,
So
Reese.
we're going with this angle, the truth.
We're going with the truth.
I'm worried.
People come to this podcast for two things: facts. And
Facts.
truth.
And truth.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I was
Yeah.
like, they do come for facts.
Yeah.
I thought it was
So-
because they think we're male models. But
Well, that too. Speaking of that, I got my beard all lined up today. I went to a barber
you.
shop, got it all trimmed up. Look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna show you here. Look at this. All lined
Nice,
up,
Joe.
real nice. You're not even looking at me.
I'm looking.
You were looking elsewhere. You're looking at your Snapchat.
Joe, I wasn't looking. I have to look at this. I've got two screens going. You're right here.
Well, so it was the first time I ever went to a barber. It was the first time I've been to a barber shop in probably since I was maybe 21.
kidding?
So it's probably been 20 some years.
Wow.
I'm 45. It's probably been 23 years since I went to a barber shop.
Because you've been doing the
And-
cue ball? Cue ball
Yeah.
alchemy?
Yep. Just shaving that sucker. And so I went today, and Scott Carolac, big shout out to Chet's Barbershop here in Royal Oak.
How much they charge to line it up?
$6.
Jeez, that's worth it. Do they put a hot
$6
towel on your
bucks.
face?
He did not.
Does he-
I didn't do like the hot towel treatment and all that.
Does he put his
He
hand
just-
on your leg or anything?
I had to sign a non-disclosure.
Oh, never mind then. Okay, I don't want to put you
Yeah.
in a weird
In
spot.
a pickle and boot.
Man, can I tell you this? I don't want to cut you off, Joe, but like
But
I'm going to.
Yeah.
But here goes.
yeah,
You ever been getting your hair cut? No, because you never get your hair cut. But you ever remember when you used to get your hair cut? You go to the haircutter place and you're sitting in that chair and your hand is on the place where your hands go on the armrest. And the lady keeps pushing her boobs into your hand. that?
No.
That used to
I
happen to me
can't say.
a lot, and I would just be like, I gotta go. I gotta go. And I probably not
So is-
intentional.
is
but
that
to
why
me,
your
it
hair was
like,
just long?
This is, I can't function.
Is that why your hair was down to your knees?
Yeah, I was like,
Because you just didn't go to the barber?
that's exactly it, and that is what happened to the character from the Bible, Samson. That
Well,
was his
what about,
strength.
like-
he stayed away from the ladies who were putting their boobs into his hand?
What about in the 80s and 90s? Like, nobody went to barbershops. Everyone went to, like, salons.
Or supercuts, if you were me.
But, like, Supercut still wasn't like a barbershop. It was still, like, ladies working there.
I went to a barber shop like a week ago, and I think it was my first time ever going to a barber shop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what was that experience like?
I got a haircut. It was like $10 more than going to Erica's, and there was a little flappy part right here. I like showed him a picture. I'm like, make me look good like this, and then there's a flappy part. I had to cut it out myself.
Jeez.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm thinking I don't want to go back to cutting my own hair, but I'm having trouble finding somebody to cut my hair. Maybe I should come to your guy,
Yeah, for sure.
Floyd's of London.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Scott.
Scott, not Floyd. That's from
No.
that's the guy from Mayberry.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah, no, Scott'll treat you right.
Scott's of
He knows
London.
what's up. Yeah, and Scott, here's the thing. Scott grew up here in Royal Oak. When he was doing all his stuff to become a barber, barbers have to get tons of hours, like intern hours or whatever they call it. And so he interned, I guess, at a barbershop, an inner city barbershop in Flint. So he was like the white boy in like a minority community,
Yeah.
learning how to cut like black hair,
He's the Michael Moore of
hair
barbershop.
cutting. Yeah, of
Michael Moore also
Barbary.
grow up in Flint.
Yes, I believe so, or
But
close
there's-
to.
Okay. Is there a hunky part of
Yeah,
Flint?
there are. Yeah, there are.
Probably he's from the hunky part.
Probably.
So he
But,
learned.
Yeah, so he learned, so then he brought that back here because I believe his grandfather ran the barbershop that he owns now.
Yeah.
His grandfather was Chet, and so now Scott owns Chet's
That's pretty
and cuts hair, but he could cut anybody's hair. So like my boy Dre, my boy Dre is black, and so he goes in there and gets his hair done perfect and all that. And so all his buddies are like, man, you can't find a place in Royal Oak that cuts, black hair.
Yeah.
And he's like, the heck I can't. Chet's, baby. So I went in there today. So my fair skinned hair was nothing for him. He did it up.
Beard. Don't
Yeah,
you
my
have
beard.
a trimmer? Don't you just slap on the number one and go? That's what I
Yeah,
do.
but I've been doing that, and it's not like someone who knows what they're doing. I will continue to use my trimmer, but maybe once every couple of months go and just get it tidied up. And so that's what today was.
It's real nice, Joe. Looks real
So
good.
$6, gave him a 10 spot, told him keep the change. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I was like, here you go, Scott. Keep the change.
You didn't have a $6 bill.
No.
That's good. That's
I
clever,
was like, if
though.
you take that 6 and turn it upside down, I'm still paying you more.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked somebody right in the eyes and said, hey, keep the change?
No.
You know what goes over better?
Like when you
Look
give them
'em-
change.
You know what goes over better?
What?
Look them right in the eye, put a hand on their shoulder, and go keep the change.
When you're giving them change, or just out on the street. You're out on the streets. You
No,
just
not when you're
walk
on
up
the
to people,
streets.
Hey, keep the change. No, you
like,
have
you
to
didn't-
give them money. There has to be a transaction.
No, it
got
has
it.
to be a
That's why I was
transaction.
confused. I thought there was no
Yeah.
transaction. You're just
No, there
telling
has to
people.
be a transaction.
I like when people ask me for change, like they look very down on their luck or starving or very homeless, I like to get down with them verbally. So what I like to say is, hey man, and I do this with my fist, right over my heart. Hey man, change comes from within. That's what I tell them.
Oh, I bet they appreciate that
Yeah,
too.
you can keep that. You can keep that, homeless Joe. That's what I tell them. Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's cool.
I know.
You know
I'm a hero in this community. I don't like to brag, but I am.
You know another comeback that you can't come back from?
Nope.
Middle finger. Throw the middle finger at someone and then yell, "Keep the change."
Oh.
How do you come back from that? Just
Yeah.
if you double barrel somebody, the bird, and then don't yell "F you." Don't yell something childish that everybody else would say. Double barrel middle fingers and yell, "Keep the change."
I get confused when people flip me off anyway, because I'm like, is he saying I'm number one, but he's missing his index finger? Is he pointing up? I get confused. So if somebody
Now-
did that and said keep the change, I would get even more confused, Joe.
Exactly. Now, I have a question. Isn't it Five Arm Frenzy legend?
Yep.
And tell the story.
I'm agreeing with it right now. Yes.
Tell the story, because inquiring minds want to know. Didn't you once have a deaf interpreter continue to flip off the audience?
This has maybe been twisted a bit. We tried to get the deaf interpreter to flip off the audience.
So the story that I heard was that you guys found out that the Washington Monument
Yep. My
in sign language
ex-fiancé-
is you have your one arm, so say your left arm, going across your chest,
like this.
and then your right arm is going perpendicular to that with the middle finger
You
up.
drop your elbow down into the palm of your one hand and middle finger
And
straight.
and that's the Washington Monument.
So who told me that is my ex-fiance Stacy, who went to Gallaudet, which is like a college where you learn to. I think it's a deaf-only college, but she went to be a ASL interpreter. It's in Washington D.C., so they know. They were always talking about going to the Washington Monument, and she taught me that because I needed.
So
to
then
know.
you get up on stage at like Creation,
yeah.
where there's a sea of 60,000 people there to see Five Iron Frenzy, Grease Groper up on the stage.
Christ Gopher.
And when we were at those things, there would be an interpreter on the side.
Yeah.
And if you were a band that knew what you were doing and had a modicum of professionality to you, you would submit your lyrics months earlier. Said interpreter would have those lyrics, and then as you sang those songs on the set list, they would be spelling that out. They would be signing that. That's the term. They would be signing that for the hearing impaired. And then when there was banter in between, they would sign that. And they would usually be up on a jumbotron.
Yeah.
And then you decide to regale the audience with tales of the Washington Monument.
We did. Yes, we did. However, they didn't sign Washington Monument. They did this sign for George Washington. This is George. You make a W and then little curls, and then the sign for monument.
Like he was a Hasidic Jew.
Yeah. Like no.
Are Hasidic Jews the one that has the curls?
Yeah. Much like our Lord and Savior.
What are the curls called? Because I don't want to be.
In Leviticus, it says
I don't wanna
right
know.
before it says not to mark your bodies for the dead or mark your bodies with tattoos. It says not to trim the edges of your beard. And so they don't cut their sideburns. And I'm sure dudes curl.
But they're not called sideburns. Are they called something in Judaism?
It's called sideburns, but in Hebrew, whatever that word is. Right?
Yeah, because it's like they wear the yarmulke and then they have the curls.
Yeah.
I remember 2000s rapper Modest Yahoo had that until he figured out that he wasn't Jewish, and then he just became a rapper that no one wanted to listen to.
That was his thing, though. People are like, "I'll listen to this guy if he's Jewish," but then they're like,
Yeah.
not that good."
I saw him.
We've
I
got
saw
the Beastie Boys for that.
right. You know, that was that. I saw the Dirty Heads play with Modest Yahoo. And Modest Yahoo was awesome. He's up on stage like in full Hasidic Jew dress.
Yeah.
Like kind of that like robe thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know there's tons of people out there like yelling at us. Again, you don't come here for facts,
called a
but you come here for
sideburn.
truth.
It's
But
a chacha.
if you know what these things are called, fill us in.
We could
Let us
look
know
it
on the
up.
page. We're not saying this disparagingly.
That
I'm just
would
saying
cut
he
you
was
guys
wearing that like robe thing, and then he had his yarmulke, and then he had like the curls.
Yeah.
And he was up there rapping like crazy, and it was cool. But then all of a sudden, like a year later, he was like, "Nah, I'm not doing that anymore." And it just his shtick when he was just like another white guy rapper just wasn't. It didn't grab me like his other stuff did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, anyway, yesterday
Hey.
was Halloween.
Halloween.
Did you and the girls dress up?
We did. I always try and get them all to dress up together with me. But Lyndon is on this kick. She's been on it for like 3 years where she wants to be something scary. So she was a scary scarecrow, except she let me do her face paint and I made it not scary. And then she looked very cute.
Oh,
But she
You
was
didn't-
also sick.
you
so
didn't
she
let her
fight
go
me.
Sandman from Batman?
No, she didn't see
Like that type of scarecrow?
No.
Like a burlap face?
Nope. No.
Like the guy from The Strangers?
No, I don't want her to be that scary. Yeah. And then Era wanted to be Miss Piggy, and she decided I was going to be Kermit.
Oh.
I was Kermit, and she was Miss Piggy, and it was
Do you
pretty
have
cute.
do you have photos of this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Send them to me so I can put them up on the old social media.
All right.
You and the girls. Are there so my kids are older. My kids didn't dress up, didn't go out for Halloween. I had to work late last night, so I wasn't here to like pass out candy or anything like that. Now, today, I noticed on my phone a lot of the media outlets and stuff like that show all the Halloween parties of the celebrities or athletes.
Okay.
And I saw that Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly were under fire from Christians because of their garb.
They were Tommy Lee and Pam Anderson.
They were at one party. They were Tommy Lee and Pam Anderson. And then at another party, they went as like a perverted priest and then like a perverted like altar girl.
Okay. And the
So
Christians were like, no. We don't do that. That's
They're
never
like, no, it's
happened."
altar boy. It's altar boy.
Yeah. It's altar boy, number one. Number two, none of these priests are perverts.
Yeah.
Like,
so-
we don't know where you got this filthy idea.
Yeah. Where are you getting this from?
Yeah.
So have you ever gotten offended by a costume?
No. I do feel like I feel like there's parts of Halloween I don't enjoy. But like when I was a kid, like in the 80s, there was the satanic panic. So like growing up in a church, like in Christianity during that, it was like always kind of this. My mom got saved when I was in junior high. We started going to church. I got saved. So there was this period before that where Halloween was just Halloween. It was just fun, like I'm going to be a stormtrooper or I'm going to be Storm Shadow or whatever. And we're going to dress up and get candy. And that's what Halloween was. Plus it was kind of scary and that's fun. And then, like the church was like, no. This is where people worship the devil and it's a satanic high holiday. And I felt like for a couple years, I was skittish about it. Probably about 5 or 6 years, but still wanted to do it in trick or treat and stuff. Still was afraid of like all the evil that comes with it. And now I'm just like, who does this? Like, how is this what we're doing with the love of Christ? That we're like, no, you cannot have fun because this is evil.
You can't dress up as Optimus Prime.
Kids dressing like Optimus Prime or Sleeping Beauty is evil. You're letting the devil in your heart. Candy? Right. Oh, how dare you? You know, like, what a bunch of fucking stick up our asses the church has become. I think it's better. I think because people don't give a shit. You know, they're just like, well, I'll just stop going to church. Like, if that's the people I'm going to go to church with, see ya.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think from the 80s till now, things are a lot different. Like, churches now do trunk or treat. Yeah. Like, they kind of support it. And I'm like you.
I have a strong opinion about trunk or treat.
No, like, what's that?
I wonder why we have an obesity epidemic. Like, these kids are just like, I can't make it to the next house. If only the cars would just line up in a parking lot and I could just put my fat hand in and get the candy.
Yeah,
that's what that seems like to me. Is just like, can we get that kid a wheelchair? Can we just sign him up at the end for his rascal?
No, you know what it's going to do in the future? You're just going to sit in a chair and the cars will drive by and drop candy. You're just holding your bag.
Or your mouth open.
Yeah. Just an 800-pound 8-year-old just holding a bag. Yeah, just holding his mouth open and the cars drive by and just drop food in.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, because like the church now kind of embraces like the trunk or treat, the safety of it, the community of it. The thing, I'm with you in that I don't like spooky Halloween. Like, Halloween to me isn't like spooky and gory.
Right.
Like, I'm fine with like Frankenstein, Dracula, you know, if you want to dress up like a Power Ranger, like that stuff, you know, an Avenger, fine. Like that's cool Halloween to me. I don't like the gory. I don't like people who like go all out in blood and you know, all that stuff. Like, that's too much for me. Like, that, I don't like that Halloween.
Yeah.
And
I'm
like,
with you. I get it. Like, people who like scary movies, it's fun to be a little bit scared and you know it's safe. I just don't like it. I think it's gross. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I'm with you.
I don't think it's wrong. I think there's lines that you can cross where you're scaring kids, and that's not cool. But
I mean, just give me a good Hell House.
Yeah.
What happened to those?
Oh man,
what happened to those?
Alive and well here in the Shenandoah Valley.
Really?
You know?
I remember in the 90s, like Hell Houses, and here's the thing: I learned my lesson a long time ago.
Yeah,
I will never, ever, for the rest of my life, down somebody. If somebody believes they're doing a ministry, I will never down what they're doing. I might say it ain't for me. I might not attend it. I might not support it, but I'm never going to down it because I don't know what God has laid on their heart.
Okay.
I look at a Hell House and I think, how in the world do you bring people to Christ through a Hell House? Like, it baffles me, like the scaring people into a relationship. Like, how's that any different than the Crusades? Like, I have a blade to your throat. Do you accept Jesus? No. Slit. You go to the guy standing next to him. Do you believe in Jesus? Yeah, I totally do.
Yeah,
totally. I'm saved.
I mean,
because of fear.
Yeah.
Like, I want people to accept Christ because of the saving relationship, this amazing relationship that you have with Christ. And me personally, I don't see that at a Hell House.
Nope.
People may be
totally
listening.
Agree.
People may be listening that participated at them, that maybe went to them, that know people that came to know the saving grace of Jesus Christ through a Hell House. Again, great. I don't understand puppet ministries either. Like, I don't know. I don't understand how you're winning souls in a puppet ministry. All sorts. I don't know how you're winning souls with the insider ministry, right? Like, there's just things that baffle me. And that's just one of them is, there was always like the Hell House where it's you go room, you guys know what it is. Hopefully you guys know what it is. You go like room by room. And like one room is like a car
Abortion.
accident.
This is what happens when you get an abortion.
Yeah.
Here's what happens when you do drugs. Like just scaring people. Dude, I'm so against all of that. Like Christianity it's just like goes in these cycles of different churches or the Catholic Church or whatever church, just making it be about being good or bad.
Do me a favor. Don't say Christianity goes in cycles because Christianity doesn't. Christianity is the same yesterday, today, and forever.
The church.
Yes. So the
big C
church
goes in that cycle where it's just like, no. I know we're saved by grace, but let's ignore that because you also have to do these things or you're going to hell.
Yeah.
And just the whole scaring people into believing it's done. Like, unless our society collapses and we rebuild, people are done with that. They don't want to go to your church. They don't want to hang out with you. They don't want to believe in a God that is like, that acts like that. Every single person in this country, in our society, has seen a cartoon about Santa Claus and is like, oh, yeah, I used to believe in that. And here's why. Because I believed that there was this benevolent guy and he would bring me toys if I was good, and if I was bad, he didn't. But it wasn't like eternal damnation. It was just Santa Claus. And now you don't believe in that. And now, like, where is Jesus after that? Like if Jesus is just ready to throw you into hell because you get a tattoo or because whatever, like that's not the Jesus that any person has heard of. And God forbid they read their Bible. It's just, like,
what was that Christian college in like Oklahoma that ripped all our posters down from like Scamania?
Was it Oral Roberts?
I don't think it was. Is there like I know this sounds weird, but is there like a Jim Jones?
Jim Jones, I think, is in Arkansas.
Was that it? I remember we played somewhere and we were with Fold Zandura. And we played this college, and I think he was on the campus of like Jim Jones university or college, whatever it was. And Frank Lenz was reading the code of conduct. Like they have the code of conduct, and they had it in like different rooms, like all over this place where this concert was going to be. And Frank, I remember he just ripped them all off the wall. I think and that just set him off. If you guys know Frank Lenz, you know Frank Lenz. I think he also got mad at that show, just all this stuff going through his head. Ended up in the middle of his set, picked up his hi-hat and just gunned that thing across the stage. Played the rest of his set without a hi-hat.
What?
Yeah. That was us, Fold, and I forget who. Oh, Dear Ephesus, I think.
Yeah.
Us, Dear Ephesus, and Fold Zandura. But then I remember, I think our tour was where we were at Oral Roberts University. And they took like down the posters because you guys had tats. Anybody who had facial hair. Like that's getting a little goofy.
It's all goofy. All of that is goofy. And then the churches are like, oh, why does no one go to church anymore?
Right.
Because you're lying. That's why.
Right.
You're lying. Like anyone
that's
can
the
see
one.
This is what Jesus is. Kind, loving, benevolent, and you are not. That's why people don't go to your church, because you make it be about wearing a tie or not getting tattoos or whatever the fuck, not feeding people. Like, just pull your head out of your ass, Christianity, the church, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Sorry for swearing, dude, but I hate that. It's so dirty. It's just just this dirty club of like, and it's over. I'm so glad it's over. You know, like you used to have to go to church or people thought you were suspect. You know, you'd have your church you'd go to in your town and you'd have to hide that you were gay, or you'd have to, you know, hide that you were boinking your boss's wife or whatever, all this shit. But all have fallen, you know, all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. And this whole thing where you had to go to church to look good or belong or look upstanding in your community, to look upstanding like a good person. Now you go to church and you look like you're suspect. It's the opposite. You go to church and you look like you're one of these greasy people that hoards money and judges everybody and is mean and is secretly racist. That's what you look like when you go to church, and it's because of that fucking bullshit.
Man, the churches that are around your community, I don't think I ever want to go to church in Virginia ever again. The churches around here are amazing. The experience, we've had night and day experiences.
Okay. I don't want to say every church. I just think this whole thing that we started talking about with Hell House.
Yeah.
Like this
Yes,
thing that
if you
people
are
doing with the
yes.
love of Christ
Yes.
is not loving, and it's not Christ.
Yes, if you are part of a church that does a Hell House, that is where I'm like, that wouldn't be the church for me. And I would like to know what else is going in to your doctrine and what else is, you know, is the dogma and stuff like that of your particular church. Because I think those are bizarre. Now, for me, to kind of get out of the heavy stuff, for me, growing up, the last time I went trick-or-treating was in kindergarten.
Yeah.
And my mom would make...
the last time?
Yeah, my mom would make my sister and I's costume. The last costume I ever wore is I was Sylvester the cat, and my sister was Tweety Bird. And I remember going up and down the block, and I just thought to myself, I hate this. I hate walking up to people's houses. I hate knocking on the door and getting candy. I hate this. So what we did every year is it was something that like I really looked forward to when I was a kid, and that was when Halloween came around and all my friends went out to go trick-or-treating. Our family, like as a family, my mom, my dad, my sister, and I, we would go out to dinner, like at a nice place to eat. Like my dad would get like a steak and shrimp cocktail. Like,
oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, and in like the 80s, like that was legit. You went somewhere, if you got steak and shrimp cocktail, you were living high. And so we would go and we would have a real nice dinner. And then on the way home, we'd stop at Toys R Us.
What?
And my sister and I each got to pick out one item.
What?
So it ended up growing up, Halloween was dinner with the family. And then we got to go get a toy from Toys R Us.
But you didn't dress up after that.
We didn't dress up.
Oh man,
the next time I dressed up was, I want to say, a year or two before Leslie and I got divorced. Maybe it was a few years before Leslie and I got divorced. We went to, it was like our first adult Halloween party. And okay. I forget what I dressed up as. I forget what I was. Leslie dressed up as Katniss from Hunger Games.
Uh-huh.
And I forget what I was. That was like the first time since kindergarten. So let's just say I was 30, 35, somewhere in there.
Were you like,
that was the first time? Yeah, I was like, you know what? This isn't too bad. Like when you're hanging out with like adults, like your friends at a party and everyone's dressed up, it was a little bit different.
It is fun.
Yeah, and then another time, like a few years ago, I did, they do this thing at the Detroit Zoo. It's called Zoo Boo. Okay. And so you walk around the zoo at night and they have like Halloween lights and everything set up. Okay. And you walk around the zoo and then like at like every other exhibit, there's people there with candy. So like you go to the lions and then you get candy at the lions, and then you walk to the otter house and you get, candy at the otter house.
That sounds fun.
Yeah,
so amazing.
I went. Yeah, so I did that, and I dressed up as the Cat in the Hat.
Okay.
And I think that was the last time I ever dressed up. So I did like Sylvester in kindergarten. Let's just say at age 32, I did something at a party. And then at age 42, 43, 42,
Every
41,
11 years you dress up.
40. Yeah. So now this year,
It's fun, Joe.
yeah, this year, well, no, yeah, I know. I just don't do it. I just don't do it. And if I had friends that did like costume parties and I got invited to them,
Yeah.
I would probably partake. But I don't have friends that invite me to costume parties, so I just don't do it. I'm usually working. I'm busy. So, but one thing that we're doing this year is this summer we talked as a family, and Thanksgiving came up, and we started talking about Thanksgiving and how Thanksgiving is so boring, and a lot of our family that normally comes weren't going to be coming. The plans had changed with them. Life had changed for them, and they weren't going to be coming. It was just going to be our immediate family.
Okay.
So we thought, you know what? Just for fun, let's just do something different on Thanksgiving. Let's not have turkey and mashed potatoes and stuffing and yams and
I think you talked about this.
all
Tell
that
me
stuff.
again.
Let's do eclectic. So if you want shrimp cocktail, we're gonna have shrimp cocktail. If I want pizza, we're gonna have pizza there. So just kind of this like smorgasbord of whatever you want. Now, mind you, I'm saying that, but my things that I picked were stuffing and I'm smoking a turkey. So I at least want stuffing and turkey. But all the other stuff, I don't like green bean casserole. All that like white people Thanksgiving, I don't like.
Okay.
So, you know, like if my kids, I'm not for sure, but I think I heard mac and cheese. So like they want homemade mac and cheese, you know, all these different things that people want. But here's the other thing. We're dressing up for it.
Really?
We're doing an 80s family Thanksgiving.
Oh, dude.
So I have my outfit ready to go.
You got
Ready
your
to
members
go.
only jacket?
No, here's the deal.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm not going young guy 80s. I'm going old guy 80s.
Okay.
I can't talk too loud because I think people are outside my door. I'm going to try and whisper.
This is a surprise.
Yeah, because I don't want my family to hear. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I got brown corduroy pants.
Okay.
I got a mustard turtleneck. Yeah. I got a button-up shirt that has this crazy Thanksgiving turkey pumpkins like scene all over it. I have a blonde. Oh, I have like a blonde afro wig. Oh, it's right here.
Oh my gosh. It's like Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And then I have a pipe. And then I have these orange and yellow socks that on the bottom it says, if you can read this, get me more turkey. So I'm going as like the patriarch of the family 80s version.
I love it.
I'm not going like young guy at the club, members only, you know, tracksuit, you know, type deal. I'm going older gentleman.
Okay.
I'm going refined 80s.
Refined.
Yeah. And so like I know some of the women in the group have talked about big hair. They've talked about like Tammy Faye Baker, like makeup,
Yeah.
you know, and just having a good old time. So my kids don't seem into it. We as adults, I'm going to be honest with you. My mom and I are kind of excited for it. My sister is like the next tier, and her husband is like, eh. And then the kids are just kind of like, what are we doing? It's Thanksgiving. And I'm like, yeah, but it's something different. It's something fun.
Yeah.
You know, like how many like Thanksgiving of all the like the Thanksgivings you can ever think of? Like what do you do on Thanksgiving? Oh, we got together and we ate turkey. Okay. Well, this one's going to be different. Because
Yeah.
when you're telling your friends in 20 years, like, yeah, on Thanksgiving, we dress up, if this starts a new tradition or whatever the case may be, or if it's just a one and done, you go back to school,
Steal this, man.
you go back to work and you tell your friends we had an 80s Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
Neil Diamond Christmas on the stereo,
It's not so good, Joe.
That's another thing. There's not enough Thanksgiving songs.
No. Adam Sandler has one.
Yeah.
And then
I've said it before. I've said it before. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday because it's everything Christmas should be, but it's not commercialized.
Yeah, it is a little bit commercialized.
Thanksgiving? How is Thanksgiving
no,
commercialized?
Like Christmas is over the top. It's all commercialized. It's all profit.
Thanksgiving
But,
is
Thanksgiving
forgotten
is
about.
a little bit.
No, it's not. Think about it, Reese. Yesterday was Halloween. If you go into stores today, it's Christmas. They've
that's true.
forgotten that there's another holiday between Halloween and Christmas. It's
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Completely forget. They forget about it.
It's the Illuminati.
It's
They
totally
forgot.
the Illuminati.
They're trying to get more money so they can buy up the Broncos again.
Ridiculous. I have a question. We have
Yeah,
15
I'm
minutes
ready.
left. We have 15 minutes left. I want to know what is the story behind the Five Iron Frenzy song, One Girl Army.
Didn't we do me last time?
We always do you because no one gives two squirts of you, Ryan, about the insiders.
Ryan, I do. I care about the insiders.
You're the
A lot
only
of our-
one. Nobody
A
cares.
lot of people that listen to us come because they're like, I like the insiders. I've never heard of this other band. I might check them out.
Not really.
Five what? Five Finger Death Punch?
Five-fingered frenzy. That
Fight
sounds
for
like a
fighting?
CSC. That sounds like
Yeah.
a CSC right there.
Yeah.
That seems like something you got to stay 1,000 feet away from a school for.
Five.
Five-finger frenzy.
Yeah. Don't. If you get caught doing that, you end up on the list, Angie's List. Is that what it's called? That
Yeah.
list.
And then you end up
can't go
putting
near
gutters on
kids.
somebody's house.
Yep. Yeah.
So don't do it.
One Girl Army, man. So when we were making the Quantity is Job One EP, like it was lower effort than we were used to. We were tired and we didn't want to put out another album, but the business plan for 5 Minute Walk was to put out an album every year. Scott had checked out, and so we kind of started into this jockeying for who was going to write songs that went all the way into the next two albums, and we finally figured it out. So yeah, it was weird, and we recorded in Denver. It's the only time we didn't record at Saki's. So we recorded at this one. I don't know. Denver had like at the time one good studio. We could have gone to like the Wrecking Room up in Fort Collins or something, but everybody was like, "I'm tired of being away from home. Let's record in Denver." And then Saki flew in and like stayed in Micah's basement with him. So it was weird because you'd drive over there and then you'd kind of get to work. And Five Iron, with the exception of our first album, the songs were not ready to go by the time we went in the studio. So most of the music had been worked out, but they were just like, Reese will sing something over it. So,
That's so bizarre to me.
dude, it's so.
I know
it
we
was
talked
so
about this
awful. I
before,
was
but-
always just struggling.
Our stuff was always like what was on the demo was pretty much what we did in the studio.
Yeah,
Like it was 95% of what we did in the studio. Like our songs were 95% done.
so we didn't really have the ability to demo stuff until All the Hype, which was the album after that. Because I had figured out Cubase and I could like demo stuff, and then I think Micah had gotten one of these Roland VS 880s. It was like a digital 4 or an 8-track, which made it really simple to like to add effects or like add compression to your vocals and guitar and stuff. So you could make a decent demo. But for this, we didn't really have it. We were still doing it, like playing it to each other and then recording on a tape recorder. So they just gave me the tape. And I think this, so Scott had written maybe 2 songs, 3 songs. We had Micah wrote a couple, Dennis wrote a couple. We covered an ELO song, which is an awful cover, which sucks because I love ELO. And then at the end, we didn't have enough material. I was like, this is going to be such a bummer. So I had this teeny like sequencer that was like, it was like the size of an iPad mini, but it was about 3 inches thick. It was this Roland thing that you could, it had like preset patterns for drums, and you could make like a drum track, and then you could play a keyboard track, and then you could do stuff. And I was using it to start to write for Brave St. Saturn. But this has nothing to do with One Girl Army.
That's all right.
It had presets in for all these different song types. So you'd be like, all right, it's going to have 2 bars for intro, and you'd be intro, and then you'd pick the next part, which is like, you had like 4 things to pick from for verse, for drums. And then you could drop in a bass line, and then in different styles. So you could just assemble this like a song. And I was like, I'm going to make 30-second songs. People can decide what style they want, and then we'll just make it up as we go along. So we literally, like, I had heard them all because I made them. We get to the studio to kind of clean up everything and be done with the album. And I pitched this idea, and I don't know who went first, Dennis probably. And his was so good, everybody was like, okay, we're going to do this because I've got to keep up. So I would play the song. Like Dennis was like, yeah, I'll do adult contemporary. So I played it, and then the next time he just went. And everybody did that. So that's what's crazy about those Pants songs is what you're hearing is the second time anybody had heard those, except for mine, which sucks because I had heard it for a week, and I still couldn't figure out like, hey, maybe I should write this. But we were just like, okay, here's the idea. These are not my pants. Go. Just like they would listen the first time and just make like 3 notes and then just sing. Like Leonard's is fantastic. Keith's is so funny. Scott, he hates his, but it's because it's goofy, and Scott doesn't like to be goofy, or he doesn't like people to see it. So we did that. What I remember about One Girl Army was I kind of feel like I was trying to shoehorn in 2 different ideas. That
Okay.
Micah wrote it, and Micah's like his main influences are rap and metal. And so it was just at the beginning of like rap rock or nu metal was starting to come out. So to me, when I heard it, I was like, it sounds like it should be us trying to do nu metal or rap rock. I'm not proud of it. I don't think it's that good of a song, but I did want to write something that was like empowering for women
Okay.
who were also Christians, because I feel like I felt like where I was in my walk was just trying to figure out like, why are we such like chauvinist pigs? Like, why is Christianity just this history of subjugation of women? So like trying to make it safe for going into Bible bookstores and what I felt theologically, I was trying to make it be empowering for women. And if I wrote it now, it'd just be like probably
Chauvinistic.
no, it'd be the opposite. It would just be like, I mean, like I have a song I'm working on right now, like for Heart Wrench.
It's called
like,
2 Girl Army.
2 Girl Army, and it's about my 2 daughters.
Yeah.
But it's just like I don't know. I mean, like, kind of the same stuff, some of it, but it's just there's no shackles anymore. Like, I don't have to sell stuff in the Christian bookstores.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I liked that. It's a good, catchy song. I just don't like how I sang it. I don't like how I sung anything on that album. I had just started learning to sing with my diaphragm, and that's like, it worked on the first two albums because we were more punk and more ska, and then by the time we got to that EP, we didn't know what we were, and so I didn't really have that good of a rock voice, which is probably what that stuff called for. And anyway, that's it. One Girl Army, it sucks.
Well, there you go, guys. One Girl Army, it sucked. And my notes from Reese say, I hate this song.
I hate it.
So, yeah. So maybe on the next episode we'll do the storytelling, and if I haven't done it, let me know if I've done talked about this before, because I don't want to repeat. But I figured the story behind the Insider's Awesome God would be something that we could talk about next
and the
time.
Dove Award you won.
Yeah, the Dove Award is tied in there, all sorts of stuff. So anyway, you guys, that is the freebie portion of this show. Today's Tuesday, November 1st. And so you're probably going to be hearing this on Wednesday, December 23rd.
Yep.
So that's that. Anyway, you guys have a good one. If you aren't a Patreon member, think about it. $5 gets you approximately, roughly, as what we've been doing lately is about 6 extra hours. No, it's normally 4 extra hours a month. We've probably been doing 2 or 3 extra, I think.
Yes, it has become a semi-weekly podcast.
So just so you guys know, where me and Reese stand, I'm going to throw them under the bus. I say whatever we record, we get out to Patreon members first, and then freebies get the rest. But Mr. Punk Rock is like, no, we have to give the freebies out to everyone first, and then we'll get the Patreon, supporters their stuff too.
No, I give it to the patronizers first. They get it like a week in advance, at the very least, if it's not just patronizer only material.
Okay. So that's that, you guys. Again, think about it. Tell 1, 2, 3 other people about it. Continue to. Yeah.
You want to hear me say some more swear words?
Yeah.
Just do it.
I don't think we raised $1 extra for me to grow out my hair.
$15, I think, is what we got.
Well, we are
getting close.
$985 shy.
But that's close. I mean, we're getting closer.
Closer, yeah, definitely.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's it, you guys. Stay in contact. I've been trying to do more social media lately. I know that sounds weird, but even posting a few pictures, kind of doing stuff is more than I've been able to do, probably in the last 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. So I'm trying to get back into that. I had a lot of people text me about Heidi. I posted a couple of pictures of me and Heidi it was like a fake picture of us getting ready to go hiking. And then I had done another one where we went to a Red Wing game, and people were like, oh my gosh, that's the Heidi. So that made her feel good that there were people out there that were interested in her and wanted to know more about her. So you guys those of you that reached out, the dozen or so, I appreciate that. She appreciates that. And I think that's it, man. Do you have anything to add? There you go. We'll see you.
Was that a good one?
Yeah, that was a great one.
No, it sucked.